This is Mike Trueblood, sports editor of the Register Mail, and we're here today talking with new Galesburg High School Athletic Director Eric Matthews. Welcome to Galesburg.
Thanks.
Eric officially took over the job officially on July 1, but I know you've been working doing some Galesburg stuff before then. So how is it, being official, and what's your first kind of order of business and your first priorities as you get started here?
Well, starting on Monday, I think it was just getting in, getting familiar, trying to get set, just trying to get things organized that makes sense for me. And really, actually, we just hired a golf. Well, we're going to make a recommendation for a golf coach because we needed to get that taken care of. Obviously, with golf approaching as quickly as it is because the summer's about over. So we're had an interview yesterday and got that wrapped up, and we'll get that approved hopefully at Monday's board meeting. So that was kind of the main one. After we had to get a football coach, and we got that taken care of pretty early, and then getting the golf kind of situated as we're getting there, and then just some other smaller coaching positions trying to get taken care of. Obviously, all the summer activities besides football are kind of winding down for boys and girls basketball, and baseball is kind of close. So, and I was around a lot in June with my daughter coming in to Churchill and her being involved. So I got to kind of be here as a spectator and kind of see how things run with Evan, and then my son was at Mike Reynolds' basketball camp, so I got to kind of see those as a parent, as a spectator, and that was fun. Obviously, more kids, bigger facility, just kind of seeing how all that runs. So it was nice to be able to come over unofficially and just kind of watch and see just how things go with the coaches and how they run things. So I was excited just to be able to do that as not being on staff yet, I guess.
Well, you're not a total stranger to a lot of the personnel here.
Sure.
In 205, there's a few former Farmington people here, and some people you might know from Knoxville.
Yeah.
Knoxville days.
Yeah, I know.
Some of the people you're familiar with.
Well, when I was at Monmouth 17 years ago, my cross country and track coach was Jody Chapman, and so I knew Jody coming over, great relationship. I know Coach Hillier over from Knoxville. I know his dad over there worked very well, and then I would always see Craig from time to time. I know Ryan Hart, one of the basketball coaches, and know him pretty well. A long time ago, I used to officiate for Evan during the summer when I was younger.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, so I knew Evan from that pretty well, and I knew Coach Washball a little bit from his Knoxville ties and some of the other smaller schools that he had been at, so I knew that. So I feel pretty good. There's a lot of great coaches here and a lot of good people. And obviously with Dr. Asplin coming over, him and I worked together for 6 years. Great boss. Him and I worked very well together. So it was kind of that was one of the things that attracted me to coming over here. Besides the coaches that are here that I think are great, the facilities are great. The conference is obviously, the Western Big Six is one of the best in the state, and then being excited to add a Geneseo and a Sterling to that to even kind of make that even a little bit tougher and harder for everyone. So I was excited about that as well. Just kind of a natural fit, being from Knoxville and being from the area. And my wife actually grew up in Galesburg when she was younger, and was here for elementary school before she moved on to Tiscawah, Illinois, and her parents still live here. So we come here quite a bit throughout the summer to see the grandparents, and the kids like it here. So it was a good fit.
What, not to get too in depth, but what do you see as your biggest test, your biggest challenges as things get going here?
I think probably it's probably two things: just getting to know everybody, and just the expanded role from what I had at Farmington, with adding more sports. That's probably the biggest thing, and trying to manipulate my time to make sure that I can be where I need to be. I can't be everywhere, so it's going to have to require me to kind of divide and conquer that stuff a little bit more with the staff. But obviously, when you add more kids, more sports, and those types of things, it's just being able to manage your time a little bit better so that you can get out there. That's the biggest thing. Kids are kids, coaches are coaches. That's not, and parents are parents. That's fine. But it's when you go say from 4 to 7 in the fall, so now it's like, okay, now we've got more. We got to manage our time a little bit better, and you got to make sure that you're available for all those coaches as the seasons go on. So that's the biggest thing that I see, and it's just going to take time, to be able to manage that.
Well, thanks, Eric. I know it's summer and kind of living is easy for a lot of people, but I know you're probably pretty busy this time of year.
Yep.
Yeah, getting going. So I appreciate you taking the time, and good luck as the fall schedule gets going.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.